This does have to be my like #1 favorite thrifted item of 2025 because I mean, duh.
Alexis Sunshine 83, it's always sunny here.
Hey Sunshiners, Alexis Sunshine 83 here. Happy 2026. Another year has ended, which means it is my favorite time to reflect on all of the amazing and beautiful things that I thrifted and bought secondhand that year, which I have been making my favorite thrifted items of the year video since 2018. And I know I say like, I'm pretty sure since 2018 of making this video that blank was the best year of thrifting. And it's not that those years weren't the best year of thrifting. I am just also gonna say that 2025 was the best year of thrifting as well. I think with the items that I am including as my favorite thrifted secondhand fashion items that I bought in 2025, there's so much more variety than I feel in previous years. And honestly, just my style in general has really like solidified. And I was rewatching my favorite thrifted items of 2024, and I said in that video that I had much more of an idea of what my style was, what I wanted it to be, and I feel going into 2025 with that mindset, I have really even more so solidified my style and just have found some really cool, very unique vintage pieces that have really made a difference with my style. I also have some pieces that aren't necessarily that exciting, but I wore just a ton, and so I just have to include in this video, and other things that have been on my thrift wish list for years and years that I finally ended up finding. A quick note, if you haven't seen my community tab post or don't follow me on Instagram, I did have an allergic reaction over Christmas on my face. I made a whole like story time short form video on TikTok and Instagram if you want to know like the full story, but in summary, I'm doing so much better. I have 2 more days of the medication. I've seen my dermatologist. We are on a good plan to hopefully heal my skin in the next month, but that's why there has been a lack of videos because it was very painful to talk, and I also still can't wear makeup for another week and a half. And there's still videos that I don't want to film until I can wear makeup again, just for my own like comfort and confidence. But I felt with this video totally fine because it's more chill. We're just sitting, chatting about cool thrift finds and all that. But yeah, there will still be a couple of uploads miss as I am able to transition back into wearing makeup and my skin healing and feeling good and all that. Which, let's now move on to the actual video, which I am gonna start with the coolest thing that I bought secondhand in 2025 that I also probably get a comment about asking where it's originally from, like the brand, at least every day, every other day, and it is this patchwork bag. And I mean, I totally understand all of you loving this bag because I also very much love this bag, and this is one of those pieces that I have had on my thrift wish list probably for 3 years. Also, John and I are rewatching Gossip Girl, or he's never seen it. I have only made it through halfway in the past, and so I'm starting over with him. And in the first episode, the girl that sends Gossip Girl the text about Serena Vanderwoodson coming back to New York is basically wearing this bag. The brand of this, I know you all are on the edge of your seats. I do reply to all the comments, but I know some people don't see it, so I'm hoping this now helps anyone that is curious in the future, even though I did include it in a thrift haul and say the brand. Hopefully this is another reminder for everyone that has been curious. This one is from Stella and Max. I got this off of thredUP, and I don't know who makes like the original patchwork leather bag. I've mainly seen it from Vintage Lucky brand, but if you do just image search this, I will put it like that for you to take a screenshot to then image search. There are so many different brands that are listed secondhand on Depop and Etsy. There's a lot of different versions as well. It just even like goes on my shoulder. So did you see how easy that was? Like, That's what I want a shoulder bag to like have the ease of putting on my shoulder. I like never thought I would be a bag person. I'm much more into shoes, but this year I got way more into bags and actually seeing like the difference, especially a shoulder bag. 2025 was the year of the shoulder bag for me, and I'm so happy I let myself kind of experiment with shoulder bags because they have made the biggest difference with my style and also just how many cute shoulder bags there are. Something less exciting, but actually just as crucial to my style in 2025 was thrifting this pair of Levi's. I am pretty sure I thrifted them at the end of January 2025 at Savers, and these are the Levi's Relaxed Tapered 550 jeans. I remember trying them on, I'm pretty sure, and being surprised how well they fit because Levi's usually do not fit me based on my body type, especially their like straight leg style. I do have a pair of the super low flare jeans from them and those fit me really well, but any of their straight leg and like rigid denim type of jeans never end up fitting me, but these somehow do super well. They're more of a mid-rise, and even though I've been more into flare jeans this year, especially with my style, when it comes to going to the grocery store or just lounging at home, like these were basically my lounge jeans before I got those Abercrombie wide leg jeans that I mentioned in my 2025 favorites video. These are still my lounge jeans though, which I think is such a testament to how comfortable these jeans are because they are a rigid denim. They are a 100% cotton denim and they're so comfortable. I don't really wear them in videos because again, they don't really give necessarily the style that I'm wanting to emulate in like an outfit, but a comfortable, chill, casual look. This is what I'm going for, especially with my Mary Jane shoes or my loafers. I find that my like lower pro shoes don't look as good with my flare jeans, whereas with this type of tapered leg, they look so good. I really love having a variety of styles of jeans. I used to be very like rigid of, no, this is the type of jean I like and I'm only gonna own that style of jean. Whereas, especially in the past year, I feel like I've really opened myself up to almost every single jean style. Like, I wanna say I have like a really great variety based on the silhouette I'm wanting to create with the outfit, the style of outfit in general, the shoes I'm wanting to wear. And I think that's made my outfits way more interesting this year because of that variety. However, when in doubt, these were the jeans that I was wearing, and I'm just so happy that I gave them a chance because usually I won't even try on Levi's at the thrift store because they end up never working, but I guess I was just deciding, hey, like, let me just throw these on. And also another important note of trying stuff on at the thrift store before you buy it. However, there are no dressing rooms, so I think I was wearing bike shorts, which is a reminder for myself to always wear bike shorts when I go thrifting so I can try stuff on, because with doing that, I gave them a chance and I am so happy that I did. I got this at the Long Beach Antique Market in February of last year. I'm so gutted. I don't remember the vintage seller that was selling it, but when I saw it at the stand, it instantly reminded me of the American Apparel sunflower dresses from the 2010s. And I don't know when this one was originally made. There isn't a paper tag and it's originally from At Last & Co, but it does feel like it was from the 90s or early 2000s, like just based on the style of it. I could be totally wrong. It could be the 2010s, but in the 2010s, there was a really big like 90s fashion resurgence. So it would make sense for this to maybe be from the 90s and American Apparel being inspired by this type of silhouette from the 90s to then make their sunflower dress in the 2010s. That's what I'm telling myself, but even if it was from the 2010s, it literally does not matter. It's just what it reminded me of because I always wanted that sunflower dress. This one I do feel is way more unique though. I love the green being the base, the sunflowers, the little buttons. I think the button detail really just adds that cool like structure to it because it is kind of like a baby doll. It goes out. I don't know if this was originally a dress and maybe it shrunk. It fits on me like a baby doll, like loose lawn top, and so that's how I've been wearing it, which I wore it all summer long. Like instead of wearing just a t-shirt, I was wearing this because it was giving me that same like looseness of a t-shirt, but just way more cute. This is the type of silhouette of top that I would love to find more of this year while thrifting. I have my fingers crossed, please, thrift gods. 2025 was the year of vintage markets for me. I went to so many that I had never heard of that had been going on for years and years. And I went to so many new places that I have never been to for those vintage markets. I met some really cool vintage sellers and also even viewers that are vintage sellers. Also just really cool and unique pieces, and just like the community aspect of all these vintage markets I've gone to have been so much fun, and I'm so excited to continue to go to them this year. And one of them was ThriftCon, which is really more like vintage con since it's mainly $300 to $800 vintage t-shirt stands. However, this year I did hear that they had a lot more Y2K and 90s like feminine clothing resellers, and one of the stands was Urban Cowgirl, and they had such cool vintage pieces, and I ended up buying this velvet lace-up top. It is originally from Stella. It's made in US. It has a paper tag, and this just fits me so incredibly well. There's boning in it. I feel a lot of these kind of like bustier corset style tops that really started trending again in 2020 a lot of times looked very cheap, or either just didn't fit my like bust proportions very well, where I just ended up never wearing them, or they were really difficult to put on. Like, I love a lace-up detailing enclosure, like it really gives to the whole vibe of the corset, but it's just so gosh darn difficult to put on, especially if I'm alone at home, that this one, having the lacing detail yet also some stretch, it's so easy to put on, and then also fits me really well with having that stretch, which I just feel is so rare to find a style of top like this. And then in velvet, are you kidding me? My only con with this top is the actual strain. It's made with this like satin material, and so it comes untied all the time. However, I did realize as I was getting ready to show this top to you all in this video, is I can just change out the strain. It comes apart super easy, and I can just get a strain that won't untie as easily as this strain, so I can get even more wear out of this in 2026. I do have another pair of secondhand jeans that I'm including in this video because these, like, I'm not saying this lightly, these have changed everything for me in 2025 and beyond. These are a pair of flare jeans. They are high rise, but the flare on these jeans just opened my eyes to flare jeans in general, and I think specifically long enough jeans. I had found these at a Crossroads in March. They are originally from Girlfriend, and the silhouette that these do with my body, I am so in love. I have been now on the hunt ever since getting these to basically find these exact pair, but in a low or mid rise. I think a flare jean just looks really great with more of a low rise or mid rise because of the style of tops I'm wearing with it, like the way that they hit with then the like button and the belt loops, like it just looks a little bit better and creates a more interesting shape with a low or mid rise with that flare style. However, getting them as a high rise was a really great like step into the like early 2000s low rise flare jeans, and I usually just wear it with something longer like a baby doll top, like the sunflower top, or even a like shorter dress over jeans type of look. When I was in New York back in May, I found this absolutely insane early 2000s top at a Crossroads. It was on one of the mannequins, and I just like, my mouth dropped when I saw it, and I asked the worker, like, please, can I try that on, because that is the cutest top I have ever seen in my entire life. And I tried it on. Obviously, I fell in love with it. I love all the little beads on it. The fact that it's in such great condition from being from the early 2000s, I think is so incredibly cool, and just the vibe that it gives to any outfit. I would love to find more of this top in different colors. I've seen a couple on Depop. I actually bought one off of Whatnot that I was so gutted ended up not fitting me. It was too big and it was too gorgeous for me to then want to alter it. Like, I wanted somebody that it would then actually fit, go to them, but I would love to collect them all. This secondhand favorite probably means the most out of everything in this video because it's something I DIY'd out of 2 secondhand pieces and actually turned out well. I have been on a sewing journey since probably 2019, and in most cases, the things that I have upcycled or made from scratch have turned out terribly. I mean, everything is a learning experience, but I just felt like so many of them never turned out well enough for me to actively wear or to just be proud of until I did a Craftsy sponsorship over the summer, which Craftsy is like an online courses that's mainly like crafting. They do I think like cooking stuff and art, journaling, all that. This video is not sponsored by them. I just really love them. And for that video, I upcycled a different pair of jeans that I made into like patchwork flare jeans, and those turned out so cool. And I thought about including them in my favorites, but realistically, I've worn this a lot more, and I'm proud of that one, but I think I'm even more proud because this has been a style of skirt that I have been on the hunt for years to find secondhand. And I've seen different tutorials of people doing this type of upcycling of like a denim and then like a tiered fabric type of thing, but I just never had the confidence to try it until I did that Craftsy sponsorship, and those jeans turned out so well that for that video I was thrifting for fabric. I found this checkered dress that I'm pretty sure was from like a Shein ultra fast fashion brand, that the silhouette of dress was not great, but the bones of it, I saw the potential, and I feel because it already had this tier in it that it would probably be the best thing to use to create the dream patchwork style that I have been on the search for. And I also had this denim skirt that I was never wearing because the way that it just fit on me, like the length of it and just overall the fit was very awkward, and I could never decide if I wanted to take it to my tailor and like alter it or if I just wanted to get rid of it because I wasn't wearing it. And so when I saw the checkered dress and the tier and the confidence from Craftsy of doing an upcycle, I was like, wait a second, that would probably be the easiest upcycle. I already have the base of the denim skirt, and all I have to do is then cut it to then cut the dress and just literally sew those pieces together. I mean, I do probably need to kind of clean it up inside, but that's all I did. I literally just cut it and then put the two together, sewed, and it turned out so well. I've gotten so much wear out of it. I've gotten so many compliments. Like, there is really no better feeling than wearing a piece that you DIY'd or upcycled yourself and having somebody ask you where it's from and being like, oh, I made it. The confidence boost and superiority complex it gives, like my ego is going wild when that happens. Also, taking like an ultra fast fashion piece that there's so many of those just flooding the thrift stores and nobody's buying them because they are usually a horrific style and silhouette. Being able to give it a new life, just it does feel really good. A really fun video I did in November was a thrift swap with Kendall. It was such a blast thrifting for her, and then also such a blast seeing what she thrifted for me, and so many amazing pieces that she included in my style bundle. But my favorite has to be this top. I want to wear this every single day. There is no brand. I know it does break my heart because I want everyone and their moms to be able to find this top secondhand, but maybe again, take a Google image search. This is the exact style of top that had been on my thrift wish list and all over my Pinterest as well. Like, I cannot believe that she found this for me. It is very comfortable. It fits me super well. Where it hits at the like hemline is so fantastic. And I also don't own that many long sleeves. Like, I think I just don't really come across a lot of like unique ones that I'm willing to thrift. And then also living in Southern California, sometimes I don't get as much wear from them. However, when it is chilly, I then end up only having tank tops and jackets. And so having a really cool long sleeve that's going to keep me warm and is cool and cute, like, amazing. Thank you to Kendall for buying this for me. This silver flower necklace, I've probably gotten the same amount of comments about asking where it's from as I have with the patchwork bag, and I am so sad to say that I have no idea where it's originally from. I just got it off of Depop. I was really wanting to add more silver jewelry into my collection this year that I've talked about loads of getting into silver jewelry, and I really wanted something that was like chunky and statement while also being kind of more of like a choker style, very Phoebe Buffet coated. And so I think I literally searched on Depop like whimsy goth choker necklaces, and this one came up. I have no idea if it's like, I don't think it's originally drop shipped, but I don't know if it's originally from like AliExpress and somebody like bought a bunch and was reselling them. The person I bought it from on Depop, I think, had a couple, but I haven't seen this a lot like on Depop. A lot of times with drop shipped or like AliExpress pieces that people buy a bunch and then like drop ship on, allegedly. This quality surprisingly is really good. Like, it's held up amazing. The actual chain, I find a lot of really cheap chains end up pulling out my hair or getting caught on my skin or breaking, and for how much I've worn this, like, it has held up so well. My last favorite thrifted items of 2025 has to include this calico Tiffany lamp that I thrifted at a Savers back in November. They opened a new location in Rancho Cucamonga, and actually Mackie had seen this first and told me that I needed to run to the home decor to buy this because she knows how much I love cats, and I also have a calico cat, and so even if it was just a normal cat, I would have been happy. But the fact that it's twinning with Autumn, come over here so they can see you twinning with the calico lamp. I mean, come on, that is a once in a million rare occurrence. It also works, which even if it didn't work, I would be happy. There is just one hole on the ear, but other than that, it's in fantastic condition. I got a lot of comments that said I should put like a hoop earring in the hole, and I honestly would love that, kind of edge it up a little bit. I think out of everything, this does have to be my like #1 favorite thrifted item of 2025 because I mean, duh. Alrighty, those were my favorite thrifted secondhand items of 2025. I am so excited to see what I end up thrifting in 2026, especially for being even more like solid in my style, and I'm definitely more looking for unique pieces like in the realm of this type of top and this, and maybe like different style of like flare jeans, like more bedazzled or like embellished flare jeans. Like, if you want to like understand where my style is and like what I'm looking for when I shop secondhand, follow my 2025/2026 Pinterest board. I usually do like yearly Pinterest boards, but my 2025 Pinterest board is still so my style and how I want my style to continue to be that I just made it my 2025/2026 Pinterest board, but it also will probably just turn into my style Pinterest board, and that just gives you an idea of where my style is, and again, what I'm searching for, wanting to add, wanting to style and all that. And I'm just really excited to see what unique and cool things I find secondhand this year. Like, I think my favorite thing about these types of videos is you are able to see all of the cool things you can find secondhand. Like, there's a time and a place to buy new pieces, but I truly don't know what I would even buy new because of the things that I'm into. You just cannot buy new. You can only buy them secondhand. And I really am that meme where it's like you're outside and all you're thinking about is what is at the thrift store, which let me know in the comments down below, what is your favorite item that you thrifted this year? And if you are not already subscribed and want to follow along with my thrifting journeys into this new year and just secondhand fashion in general, then make sure you subscribe right down below. Also follow me on Instagram, which is alexgiant83. I will see you all in my next video. Bye!